Attention, entrepreneurs and business enthusiasts. Join us on June 4th, 2024 from 4 to 5 p.m. for the next episode of Nature Island Small Business Buzz. Brought to you with the compliments of Archipelago Trading Agents for Beacon Insurance Limited. We have a special guest who will introduce Jemima Mills, Director of the Academix School of Learning. Join the big station Q95 FM and tune into your Jemima, share her insights on education, entrepreneurship, and how to thrive in the business world. It's an hour packed with inspiration, tips, and strategies to help your small business soar to higher heights. Remember, June 4th from 4 to 5 p.m. only on the Nature Island Small Business Buzz on Q95 FM, the big station. Don't miss it. Your business future depends on it. See you there.
We have to buy local in this country. Supporting local to boost the economy.
Yeah. Don't sleep. Wake up. Call your money. Sleep. Wake up. Call your money. Wake up.
Good afternoon to all of you tuning in live. Again, it's another Tuesday. It's another episode of the Nature Isle Small Business Buzz right here on Q95 FM radio. And of course, it's always a pleasure. And I am your host for this involvement. And if you're viewing us live on our Facebook page, yes, we are live on our Facebook and YouTube pages. That's Q95 FM radio. And of course, if you're listening to us via radio, good afternoon. We hope you had a wonderful day and that you're getting ready to head back and relax for tomorrow. And of course, today we have a very interesting person right here in studio. We do hope that you will stay informed. And of course, it will be a very engaging and interacting episode of the NISBB program. And of course, before we get started, I like to give up the numbers so you can call in and engage with our guests right here in studio. So the numbers are 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257. And of course, we do appreciate our listeners from overseas, so you can call in right here in studio. That's 305-432-9624. And of course, those of you on our Facebook Live, you can put in your questions and your comments right under the Facebook Live. And of course, we will allow our guest to introduce herself. Those of you on our Facebook page, you can see our guest right here in studio. You may have seen her around. Her face looks very familiar. And of course, if you were not on the Facebook Live, I urge you to jump onto the Facebook Live and really, get the picture of who is having this conversation this afternoon. And of course, on the NISB pre-program, we really promote the voices of entrepreneurs here on island. Of course, the area of economic empowerment and financial independence play a crucial role in our conversations and young people. So we're gonna take a short break from our sponsors, who is Archipelago Trading Agents of Beacon Insurance Limited, and we will be right back.
Life doesn't always go to plan. Home is your safe place, so when the unexpected happens, make sure it's protected. Beacon's home and contents policy can help by providing complete cover for losses due to fire, theft, and natural disasters. Call Archipelago Trading at 448-5247 or visit beacondominica.com and get complete cover for your home and contents today. Insurance is a promise to pay. At Beacon, we keep our promises.
The hurricane season is here. Being prepared can help you and your family minimize the impact of the adverse weather conditions. Here's a few hurricane preparedness tips from Fine Foods. Know all evacuation routes if you live close to the coast. Have a first aid kit and prescription drug supplies on hand. If you need to evacuate, bring these supplies with you. Have plenty bottled water, batteries, and flashlights. Always have plenty of non-perishable items on hand. Be prepared. A few hurricane preparedness tips by Fine Food, the biggest distributor of the biggest brands.
KFC delivery is here. Just place your order at www.kfcdominica.com, Facebook or WhatsApp at 614-2633 and your order will be delivered to you. KFC, it's good.
Cause I'm on my way. Living in the positive.
Nature Isle Small Business Buzz, NISBB, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., only on Q95, the big station, empowering entrepreneurs from small to tall. Insights, inspiration, and expert advice to help our small businesses realize their immense potential to grow and flourish and take their rightful vital place in our economy. Let's help our small businesses go global, only on Q95, the big station.
We have to buy local in this country, supporting local, for boost the economy, purchasing local, the best remedy to protect white people.
And we are back. And of course, those of you now joining us on the Facebook Live and via radio, good afternoon to you. Of course, it's another episode of the Nature Isle Small Business Buzz program. And today we have a well-packed 1 hour conversation. Of course, our guest is already in studio. And if you're viewing on the Facebook Live, you can look and see who's in studio. Of course, she is very familiar. You may have seen her face on social media. And of course, we're going to say good afternoon to our guest right here in studio. Good afternoon, our guest. I will allow you to introduce yourself before we get started. So good afternoon. How are you doing? The week just get started. It's a rainy week. How has the week been for you so far?
All right, so good afternoon to the listening public of Q95. My name is Jemima Mills, and I am the owner of Ace Academics, actually 2 businesses, Ace Academics and Multi Creation Solutions. But today we're here particularly for Ace Academics. In terms of my week so far, I must say it has been blessed. I mean, in everything, you have to give thanks to
Amen.
God.
Yes.
The good, the bad, the ugly, you still have to give thanks to God. And I'm really excited for this program, and yes.
And of course, so those of you listening, this is Miss Jemima Mills, and she's right here. And of course, we're gonna really talk about Ace Academics and your second business. Of course, I do hope that it will get integrated into our conversation because I think being
Yes.
2 businesses. So you can imagine the area that is
Yeah.
covered as an entrepreneur here in Ireland. But let's touch on Ace Academics because I'm going to include both of your businesses right here. So Ace Academics, when did Ace Academics, let's start with the motivation, where did the motivation, the inspiration, really, come from to really create, say, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur?
Okay, really and truly, it began in 2020. That was during COVID era.
Yeah.
And I had a few lecturers, I should say, that were not really lecturing. And I had to basically go online, go on YouTube, find my own resources, and as well try to get resources for my classmates as well to ensure that they could do as well as possible in their external examinations. And in doing so, I started being connected with people in the Caribbean, that is students in the Caribbean, in Guyana, in Trinidad, in Jamaica, and I started doing classes with them as well. Oh. Yes. Imagine we're the same, we were about, I wouldn't really sell out the age, in our late teens. And here I was, I should say, trying to give them classes. Oh. And these students actually went on to be one of the top students in the Caribbean, from not understanding a topic in geography or environmental science, because that was my major, to actually being the top in the Caribbean. So from that, I was like, but wait a minute, I have a little talent, man. Have something to offer. So It was August 7th in 2020 when I officially said to my friends, my family, hey, I'm starting a business, and if you're interested in classes, whether it be grade six, whether it be CSEC, whatever it may be, you are free to come to me for classes. Mark you, I didn't even know what I was doing, I just trying a little thing, sometimes I believe like you don't necessarily have to have all the materials to build a house. Once you want to build a house,
Exactly.
once you
Yeah.
have the mentality and you say, I want to build this house, best believe the house will build.
That's true.
And that's exactly what happened with Ace Academics. And from 2020, we're just turning four this year.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Happy anniversary to Ace Academics.
Thank you in advance. And from there, it was just wow. It's like I walk on the streets, Miss S or Ace Academics. I
Yeah.
can't say I have to go to the registry to change my name. But yeah, that's the motivation from Ace Academics.
Wow, and of course I mean, that's Dominican people in general, of course. You really, really laid down the foundation of what it takes to be, resilient from the COVID-19 pandemic, really that, had a major impact on the economy and of course your mental health and some persons' physical health, of course. And look at you taking the negative aspect and really putting it towards a positive and now that you're an entrepreneur, so you're really using the education, advancing education as a small business owner. And of course I must commend Ace Academics because I have been really looking at the progress thus far, and of course, yes, they are topping the various exams,
Yes.
and that's good for sure. So you're
Yeah.
definitely playing a huge part in really advancing the educational standard here in Dominica.
Yeah.
So develop or really more deciding that hey, I want to really transform it or really go into business. I mean, like you said, you had no idea about really what to do. So let's really touch on your journey as an entrepreneur. When you decided to start, what were the first things that you went for, and what were the skills that you really looked at and really, focused on into developing as a small business owner?
Okay. As a business owner, you have to be very multifaceted,
Yes.
especially when you're starting off alone. You have to know graphic designing, you have to know how to market, you have to know how to be a people person. You have to know how to be everybody at first because eventually you'll want to hire people and you have to be able to train these persons. So that's what I really tried to do. I had a little background in graphic designing, so I did all my flyers. I still do all the flyers for the business, all the videos, all the marketing products that you see, because that's my second business,
Yeah.
multi creation solution. So you see, it really tied hand in
Exactly.
hand right there. And that's what I really did. I did a course with Adobe in graphic designing so I could further develop my skills in terms of that. I haven't really done anything in terms of marketing, but I always do my research. I always go on YouTube. Anytime I'm on YouTube, that's what I'm watching. How can I develop my business? Because we can't just sit here and expect customers or clients to come to us. We too, we have to be able to develop ourselves.
That's true.
And as a business owner, you have to continuously develop yourself, and that will reflect in your business. And that's what I have really tried to do. Yeah, something else. I don't think I touched on it. In terms of the journey, like in terms of at the start,
Yeah.
I was young. So getting somebody to respect you when you're young was quite something else, because just imagine I'm talking to these customers on the phone,
Yeah.
right? Yes, this is Ace Academics. Yes, you can get classes for your daughter, for your son, and whatnot. And when we meet in person, they're like, but wait a minute, that's a young person. That's a really young person. And they're really surprised sometimes by my maturity,
Yeah.
right? And I always tell people age is just
It's
a
just a
number.
number.
It's just a number, because I know people who are in their 30s and their 40s and they behave like children.
Exactly.
And I have friends who are in their 20s, their mid 20s like me, and they're more mature, they know what they're about. And as a young person, like if any young person is really listening out there, I'd really like to tell you, as soon as you hit that 19, 20, you have to just put your head have to be on like onion, you have to know what you want in life. You have to you have to just know what you want and go for it. You have to ensure that you're going for it. Don't just sit and say, oh, they're not helping me. Help yourself. Get up, help yourself. You have the skills, whether it's baking, whether it's sewing, whether it's cooking, whether it's plumbing. And these skills, best believe they pay more than that degree we have there.
Exactly,
I yet to show any employer my degree, my degree paper. They just know I have it.
Yeah.
But I'm yet to show it. But really and truly, your skills sell you.
That's
Your
true.
skills is really what sells you. Yes.
And over the years, I mean, we have seen these things. I mean, it was last year when, there was this really conspiracy going around that in the next 2-3 years that employment opportunities will no longer require qualifications, but rather the skills that you put in.
Yeah.
And you saying this, it is important that as young people, because I too have really went through the phase of really don't know where to start, or what do I really want to do when I head up there.
Yeah.
And I think at the age of 16, I was really thinking like an adult. Persons would hardly believe that. Well, all now people hardly believe my age, how old I am right now. So it is important, and to hear your journey as a young person, as a young woman, of course, we always push towards that gender equality, especially in the business sector.
Right.
So, as a woman starting off the business, was this one of the challenges that you face in terms of, society? We all know the mentality of society when it comes to women being, the breadwinners of the family, being leaders out there in society.
Yes.
So is this one of the challenges that you face?
Not really. I wouldn't say it was really a challenge. I mean, some of my friends would maybe look at me and they'd maybe say, you have that little man in you, But sometimes you have to think like a man, Like, I wouldn't even necessarily like put it like in terms of gender, but sometimes you have to think like a man. You have to put yourself in people's shoes and think like that. So it hasn't really been an issue. I mean, as a woman, you have to be able to empower yourselves, because when you empower yourself, people respect you. And when you when you put your foot down and you make people see you not in their papi show, you're good to go.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, let's just put a pin in Ace Academix journey, and let's start on your second business.
Yes.
What year did you decide? I mean, you started Ace Academics, right? And did you decide that, hey, maybe that's a good idea, or multitasking is one of I can see it's one of your skills that you have mastered. To be honest, tell us a bit about the creation of
multi-creation solutions. Yes. So this business, I actually opened it in 2021. Well, I started it in 2021, and notably, I actually had a first business called Glow Dominic Naturals. Right. I always like to tap into here, there, and there. And this was a business where I created natural products for skin and whatnot, but this was not my passion. I just, it's the same thing I was saying earlier. You have to be able to recognize your likes.
Find your niche.
Yes, that exactly. Find your niche. And although I like to do it, I like to take care of my skin. You have to look good. Right? And it was selling and whatnot. But it wasn't something I like to do. So why do something that I don't like to do when I could get to do something that I actually like to do? Right. So I started multi-creation solutions. I actually like cemented that whole business part, It was always there because I always did graphics for like groups I was involved in and whatnot. And eventually I went on to do my certification in graphic designing from Adobe. And from there, I opened that business. I still do graphic design for a number of businesses. I do radio advertisements. I do lives up to Saturday. I was at Universal Elegance doing a live for them in terms of sales and whatnot that they may have. And I really love marketing. I love getting into people's minds. And marketing is really a thing about psychology. It's knowing when people want something and what they want. And yes, that is just something I love to do. And just sitting at my computer, just sitting at my desk and creating these graphics that I know people will love when they see them, that is truly my passion. And I think I have always been multifaceted in nature. I always like to dabble in this and dabble in that. Maybe if I see a course on cupboard making, maybe I'd do it, because I mean, you always have to have those skills. You never know where they can come in handy. Maybe when I decide to make Ace Academics, we might need some cupboards, and I definitely to sew. To put up some cupboards, So you always have to be multifaceted because you never know when something can come. I like nails. Maybe I can learn how to do nails.
Right now, you sound like my family who really say, you really should move away from, having one skill.
Yes.
Going to everything.
Right.
Going to everything. I mean, but when I'm on family, of course, let's just put a pin into that. Family support.
Yes.
Well, for me, it forms a very important part, especially as an individual and as an entrepreneur. What was the support like from your family?
My family is very, very supportive. My mother, I will call her names, Hattie Packard, my father, Enos Mills, my godmother, Marcia Dublin, my friends, Sherwin Dominique, Shannon John. These are the people who are always in my corner. I can talk any magic idea I may have. And they will be right there to listen. And family is very, very important. Yes. And having a support system is of utmost importance, especially when you're in business and you're involved in a variety of things. Because best believe, yes, you can be involved in these things, but you also need to know when to stop, when to rest. And these are the people who can see that before you can even recognize it. They say, but Jem, I see you 2 nights in a row, you on the laptop, you're doing this, you're doing that. Whole day, I see you eating already, You always need that because, let me tell you, it's not easy out there. It's really not easy out there when you're trying to get that bread and that butter. And maybe you don't even have the knife yet. You don't even have the kitchen for you to cut the bread. Right? So it's so important to have a support system, and I'm really thankful that I have that. And I really like to thank these people, especially my godmother, because when I started Ace Academics, that was like a few years after Mario.
Yeah.
And I will say that I had no Wi-Fi at home. So I actually had to go to my godmother's house a lot of the time to conduct classes. And maybe I used to steal a little Wi-Fi from my neighbor too. Neighbor, thank you. May her soul rest in peace. But these people, let me tell you, these people are really the ones who pave the way for me. And if I get $1 million today, I dish it out to them because they are the people who have really been in my corner.
And of course, we just want to give them a huge big up right now, here on the NISBB program. And of course, I just want to tell them really thank you and commend them for continuing supporting you. I mean, they are still still supporting you in your journey as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
But I really want to pose a question out there to our listeners and those on our Facebook Live. What do you think are the most important elements of being an entrepreneur? You can call into studio. The numbers are 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257, and our overseas number is 305-432-9624. So let's just draw back to Ace Academics and multi-creation solutions.
Yes.
So integrating these two, managing these two, was it really, the transition, what was the transition like? Like, say, boy, am I really out of my league to really manage two things at the same time?
I don't know. I really don't know how to do it. I always say it's God, It's not me. It's not me. It has to be God. Because it's not only me. I actually have 14 other teachers, I like to call them, under my wings at Ace Academics. And I have to, maybe after 10 in the night, someone will message me about a student. Oh, do we have space for this person? And it's a lot of multitasking that people really don't see behind the scenes. They just see the glory, but they really don't know the story.
Yes.
And it's a little difficult here and there, but I think year by year I'm getting better at it, because my first year compared to my fourth year in business is completely different. I've grown. I've learned so many lessons. Each year, I learn so many lessons. I write them down. And it's not just learning a lesson, but finding a solution as to how can I get over this in the next coming year. And this is actually how your business can improve. Because if you're not making any way for you to solve an issue that was there in the past, that issue is just going to continue and continue and continue. So yes, I mean, I'm not just going to say the things that I am good at. I will say the things that I haven't really mastered. Is maybe remembering something, like maybe I have 100 messages to answer. Maybe I'll forget a few. Maybe somebody said to call them back. Maybe I might forget. Maybe I had an email to answer. I might forget. And looking forward, I will say that I really need the extra help. So that is the way that I will be, finding the solution for that problem. As I say, I'm not just going to focus on the problem. I need to find a solution for the problem. So yes, that's one of the things that I really need to work on in my business. Yes.
And of course, we are getting some really good answers from our audiences on the Facebook Live. Some said that self-confidence is one of the important elements of being an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Others say self-motivation is key, as it may be your only support at times. Sticking to the plan and seeing the objective through and reinvest in yourself is also key, as the business environment goes through many phases.
Yes.
And of course, this last point really had me questioning that.
As well.
Exactly. Yes. So of course, from the inception of really ACE Academics and multi-creation solutions, really to 2024. We're 2024 right now.
Yes.
So what resources have been very useful to you to really reach the level that you are currently two of these businesses?
Okay. Social media, it has its good and it has its bad.
Yeah.
But the good outweighs the bad. I always say if you put rubbish in, you're going to get rubbish out. But if you put good in, best believe you're going to get good out. And I try my best to maximize on my social media platforms, because you can reach so many people on social media. I haven't really tried the conventional ways in terms of having the cards and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a little old school. I mean, I'm in a person, you have a J-card did that. I like the modern ways, and the modern ways have worked for me, so that's what I continue using. And business owners out there, social media works.
Yeah.
I have seen people like Jody Dublin Dangabin, how she utilizes social media to just have that traction on her page. Every day she'll post a video. People are interested in that. They are interested in her way of life, and they keep on buying her products because her products work.
Yes.
So when you use social media, and you have to let people feel you have to let people see it's not just having a product, not just having a service, and you just to show to flam which you achieve the business. No, you have to make people feel you, make people feel like they want this. They have to feel like they need this actually, and that's the way I rule in business.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And of course, I know that you're very aggressive in a good way in terms of marketing.
Yes.
And of course, and it's still some challenges that you currently face right now, and what are the various ways that you're going towards these challenges in terms of addressing them?
Okay, in terms of challenges, I will say sometimes I feel like I need a clone, because I teach 8 to 1.
Yeah.
Then I go home, I have classes, I might have a design to do, I might have a variety of things to do. And time management is really one of the things that I really, really want to work on, and I've really been working on. And I think that's one of the main areas, time management. ensuring that I get stuff done, the promises that I make, ensuring that I keep my promises. Because it's not that I necessarily want to not keep the promise, but sometimes it really slips your mind. So time management and actually maybe documenting things a little more so I can, like right now every single thing I have to schedule it, everything. I said this to this person, I have to put it there so I can remember. Maybe I took a number, I'll take a screenshot of it so that when I go back in my gallery I can remember it's there. So that's the ways that I have really been trying to get it
Get it
in
together.
order.
Yeah. And of course, we know, I really like to ask this question in terms of seeking the right resources and assistance. Did you participate in any institute? Because we have a number of institutions here on island that provide with various assistance and resources in terms of being an entrepreneur. Did you receive any sort of assistance in terms of really, enhancing your skills as an entrepreneur?
I haven't really dabbled into that as yet, but I saw this advertisement by the Dominica Youth Business Trust, and I have been having my eyes on it, to try to participate in that, because it's always good to meet other entrepreneurs and share ideas. Just on Saturday, actually, I participated in this women's symposium, and I met a variety of women who, whether they have businesses, whether they work in the government service, and so on and so forth. And it was so empowering to just be in a room with women who have the similar mindset. And that mindset is a go-getter mindset. And it was really good, because most times you'd hear that women are, kind of against each other. One thing with me is everybody have to win. Once you are around me, you have to win. It's just a must. It's a must. So yes.
Wow. And of course, we have been really talking because the conversation is so engaging. Of course.
Yes.
Well, we're going to take a short break to really catch our breath and, rejuvenate our mindsets to continue our conversation. But before we go, I would like to pose another question to our viewers and listeners right here. How can we in Dominica empower more women to be entrepreneurs? Let's look at the area of economic empowerment and financial independence. How can we go about? Because this question has always been burning deep inside as to, are these same resources really going towards the same person? Because at the same time, we're trying to accomplish gender equality. But are we empowering men a little bit too much that we forget about women? Or are we empowering women but not the right group of women?
Yeah.
So how can we go about to address this issue? Of course, we will be keeping an eye out on the Facebook Live for any of your answers to this question. Of course, you can call into studio. The number are 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, 616-4257. And of course, overseas number, you can call into studio at 305-432-9624. We will be right back after the short break.
Life doesn't always go to plan. Home is your safe place. So when the unexpected happens, make sure it's protected. Beacon's home and contents policies can help by providing complete cover for losses due to fire, theft, and natural disasters. Call Archipelago Trading at 448-5247 or visit beacondominica.com and get complete cover for your home and contents today. Insurance is a promise to pay. At Beacon, we keep our promises.
Come celebrate Father's Day at Eaststar Trading Limited from today until 15th June 2024. Enjoy 15% discount on the following items: Troy polo shirts, screwdriver set, spray car wax, wheel cleaner, tire shine, car shampoo, spray paint, XM ROMs 5-year, 10-year, and 15-year-old. Plus, check out our large range of products for the perfect gift for the perfect father in your life. Treat that special dad to a ready wrap gift or choose from a great selection of items at our supermarket, or our appliance, furniture, and household department upstairs. And get a chance to take part in our Father's Day raffle to win one of the following. First prize, $300 voucher. Second prize, $200 voucher. Third, fourth, and fifth prizes, $100 voucher each. Simply spend $50 or more and write your father's name, address, and telephone number on your receipt and place it in the box provided for a chance to win. Visit Esau Trading Limited at the corner of Bayfront and Kennedy Avenue for all your Father's Day needs. We are making a difference for you. And the management and staff of Esau Trading Limited extends a happy advance Father's Day greetings to all fathers.
Mwen linet mwen asu tabla ba mwen. Fè vite souple, mwen presse.
Sa lemi se mak, maka wey.
Eh ben, isan makwedwi ou pa ka bien. Ouais, mi linet la, même kote a mwen dou lan.
La ye tout le a, ek mate ka wey?
Sa vle di, ou bizwen ale Optifam vitman avan zyo vin pli mauvais.
Ti mwen mak, pis pa jodi mwen ni problem epize mwen.
Eh ben, c'est Optifam qui ni pli meilleur docteur zye en peya. A pa di sa, Optifam jatiwe en chay l'argent à sous frame linet. Et yo ni pli belle frame linet qui en style.
Tout sa, eh ben, mwen kay check pressure mwen avan, ek apwe nay Optifam.
Non à tout fi. Allez la même. Puisque yo ka check pressure zye ou, examine zye ou pour licence chauffeur, check pour pisa dou, et yo ka jik manager maladie zye glaucoma et puis cataracte.
Bon, ki kote Optifam ye?
Optifam at 223 Great Marlborough Street, 2 Point Queens, Amazon. Telephone 440-8486. Eh bien, 285-8676.
Bon Dieu, merci oui pour Optifam. Yo se limo yon pour occupation zero.
Treat yourself, your family, or a loved one to a comprehensive eye examination at Optifarm Eye Center to check for 20/20 vision. Also inquire about our telemedicine services, filling of external eyeglasses prescriptions, and specials on eyewear.
Also opened is A Medic Urgent Care and Telemedicine Center, offering specialized and general healthcare. Call 612-1328 or come in for your appointment. You could also visit our new location.
Living in the positive.
Nature Isle Small Business Buzz, NISBB. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Only on Q95, the big station, empowering entrepreneurs from small to tall. Insights, inspiration, and expert advice to help our small businesses realize their immense potential to grow and flourish and take their rightful vital place in our economy. Let's help our small businesses go global. Only on Q95, the big station.
We have to buy local in this country. Supporting local, go boost the economy. Purchasing local, the best remedy.
And we are back. And of course, thank you so much for those of you listening to us via radio. And of course, those of you, logged into our Facebook and YouTube pages right now viewing. And of course, before we get started, I really posed a question to our audiences as to how can we really, move towards creating spaces where we empower more women in the business sector. And we really have some good answers under the Facebook Live. Some persons really, suggested creating forums to counsel young women, likewise men. Of course, this is very important. I mean, it will also address gender equality and also, really move towards empowering both women and men. And then someone really touched on that comment, and I think both of us really agree on that point, that greater visibility for women who are entrepreneurs and making positive contributions in our society, whether speaking engagement at schools, big sister, little sister initiatives, and of course, we love that one, of course, internship opportunities to have first-hand experience with these women. And of course, these questions are these answers, they really make a lot of sense, to be honest, especially as we're discussing employing women in the business sector. And of course, Jemima, before we really moved on to the break, we really were discussing a bit about the support system of ACE Academics. But let's delve a bit deeper into, well, before we seem to have a call on the line. Let's take that call before we get started. Good afternoon, caller. You are live.
Yeah, good afternoon to the complete panel.
Good afternoon.
We are talking about empowerment.
Yes.
Empowerment is emerging from birth here. You know that? Do you know that? Hello?
Yes, caller. Yes.
We're talking about empowerment. Empowerment is there in you from birth.
Mhm.
But how do you utilize it?
Yes.
That's the problem. And now we have children making children that don't even know how to empower children.
Mhm.
So there's a little problem into that. So to empower women, you need to educate them.
Yes.
In the street corners, in the school, different forums, knowing the parents, which is very important because you cannot empower a woman and then she don't want to learn because she only want to learn what she learned from her mother.
Mhm.
There's a problem. So empowering a woman means empowering a man too.
Yes.
Because where there's a woman that being empowered, that man supposed to buck up. So I'm talking about empowerment. That is what exactly we need to do. We need to take it to the street corners. We need to take it to the different forums. We need to take it on the television. Now, that is a problem.
Mhm.
There is nothing advocating knowledge to the children or to the grown-ups of empowerment on the television. So empowerment, we need a special program on mapping and cable and wireless because this is the cable TVs that we have. And everything is American fantasy.
Mhm.
So we need to put something together, whether we raise some fund or whatever, so we can have the different programs of empowerment to the young generation. Ladies and gentlemen, that was just my small contribution. And life goes on. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, caller. And of course, the caller's 2 cents, like he described, was really
Yes.
$1 million
Mhm.
right there. But he really made some good points. But the question really, goes back into the household. That's the foundation. The mentality of women are not really. That's where the not so equal mindset comes in right here, because there are certain um leeway that boys would get than
Yes.
girls growing up. So, we really need to start from the household in terms of empowering women that, hey, you can go out there. Who would ever thought that women would one day be engineers, scientists, construction workers?
Right.
These are the whole mentalities. I believe that we need to start there. But the caller made some very important point that we need to take concrete steps in really educating
Yeah.
society into accepting and empowering
Mhm.
women. And of course, we do have our viewers on the Facebook Live. Someone said women should encourage each other instead of bringing down one another. And that
That's
was
a
one of
good
the points
point.
that you touched
Yes.
on earlier.
Mhm.
Because I believe that we in Dominica, we're very competitive.
Yes,
Very
very
competitive
much
so,
so.
to the extent that we will bring each other down
Down.
in
Mhm.
order to reach at a certain level. And we need to change our mindset, especially if we're looking at developing our
Mhm.
economy.
We need to think of collaboration instead of
Yes.
competition, because most of these big business owners that we see, like Carl Nassif and the Astor fans, they didn't do it alone. No man is an island, and we have to be able to collaborate with each other. There's enough room for all of us.
Yes, of
Dominica
course.
have how much people? 70,000?
About that.
About there.
Yeah.
One person cannot provide a service or a product for 70,000
Nope.
persons. There are enough of us on island. We can give them the service. We can give them the product. And maybe I am not really able to give them the service. We can collaborate. Maybe I can make this a little better and give you some more ideas or whatnot. And we really have to develop that mindset. competitive nature. I mean, yes,
Yeah.
we can have a little competition,
But
no problem, but to a certain extent. When you collaborate with each other, best believe you're going to get even more profit than when you were just trying to do it alone.
Yeah. And of course, we have to realize that we need each other. Why, when we face situations, for example, Hurricane Maria, that we
Right.
decide that,
We
hey,
come together.
we're united and
Mhm.
stronger together, and after this, we're just, back to being
Yep.
savages. I mean, if I may say it,
Mhm.
savages,
Yep.
that we're all against each other. So we
Mhm.
need to learn how to collaborate and empower each other if we really see a Dominica that we
Mhm.
can thrive, and our future generations, of course, can
Right.
thrive.
So
But
true.
Jemima, we were just about to touch on ACE Academics.
Mhm.
What does well, first I think I should have touched on that, but this really led it up to where we are right now.
Yeah.
What is ACE Academics, and what are services that are offered at ACE Academics?
Okay, so ACE Academics is actually a registered educational institution, and we offer a variety of programs. So we take them very, very young. Like we start them young at ACE Academics. We have the early childhood program, then we go into primary level. We have primary level programs. We offer everything, all the subjects that they do at primary school. Then our grade 6 national assessment preparation program, that is, I would say, one of the biggest programs that we offer.
And I'm sure that you're looking forward to the results very
Yes,
soon.
I'm eager. Let me tell you, I'm eager. Last year I found myself at my alma mater on the day of common entrance results. I'm like, oops. And we also do high school programs. We have CSEC programs. We offer a program where maybe a student dropped out and they have the opportunity to come back to do their CSEC subjects. Yes, we have that program. We also do CAPE subjects as well. We offer SBA aid. We offer university students aid in their projects, in their whatever it may be. Once you think of education, think of ACE Academics. Anything it may be. If we can do it, we'll get somebody to do it.
So ACE Academics, the one-stop spot for all your educational
Yes.
needs. And of course, the services that you offer, they're very broad and
Yes.
diverse. And I know there may be, if there are students, there may be students who are
Mhm.
listening right now and you need some help. I mean, where you guys were, I guess your hands were really filled a couple months back before
yes.
common entrance and CXC and also KIP. And of
Yes.
course, you're looking forward to that as well.
Mhm.
So if you are preparing for CSEC and all the rest of the subjects, and you want your child to excel, ACE Academics is the right way
And
to
we
go.
offer all CSEC subjects.
Wow.
All of them. So
So-
once you're going to do CXC and you know that the child needs extra help in math, in chemistry, in physics, in home economics, whatever it may be, you can think of ACE Academics. Once they're going to grade 6 and you want to give them that extra help, we have both face-to-face and online classes on Saturdays and also available in the weeks as well. They can get a one-on-one tutor, they can get a class or it's a group, whatever you want for your child. Will ensure that we make it possible at ACE Academics.
So what differentiates sorry, what differentiates ACE Academics from the rest of the businesses or persons who offer services such as these?
We love what we do. Like when you love what you do, you will go the extra mile for it. So I believe everybody who has a business, they must have a love for it. But we can speak for ourselves. I can speak for ACE Academics. And every person that comes to me and say they want to do part-time or whatever it may be with ACE Academics, I always look to see who actually likes what they do, right? I will call out this person in particular, Mr. Gittens. He is our Spanish, CSEC Spanish and lower Spanish teacher. And this young man actually learned Spanish on his own.
Oh, wow.
On his own. He just decided while he was in high school to learn Spanish on his own. And from interacting with him the first time, I could see that this is somebody who likes what they do. And that's what I always look for when I'm employing a young, well, I would say young person because
Yeah.
I'm kind of biased. When it comes to, I love to look for young persons and give them the opportunity. Because what happens is that when they go to get their first job, the first thing that they ask them, do you have the experience? No. And they deny them the job. And that actually, I can actually boast of that right now because I have this person who was the second person I employed, and she went to the National Cooperative Credit Union to get a job, and she didn't get an entry level job because she actually had the experience with ACE Academics. They could give her a higher salary than all the rest. So that's what I really try to do with my business, give young people the chance to get that first step. Most of them, they're with me since we started. And it's whether it's part-time, whether they do it full-time, some of them, they're just graduating college. At least they get that extra opportunity. They get the experience. Because how can we expect these people to come to us with experience if we're not giving them the experience? There has to be somebody providing them with the experience so that when they enter the job world, they can know what to expect, right? They can already have the experience, maybe get a higher salary, know how to deal with people. And teaching is a thing. It teaches you a variety of skills, right? It teaches you communication skills. It teaches you how to just deal with people because you're dealing with students. You're dealing with how many personalities. And that's what you're going to find in the job world. You're going to find a variety of personalities, and you have to know how to deal with these people. So providing the experience for them has, for young persons in particular, because I wanted that experience. I always say anything that I didn't have, I want to ensure that somebody else can get it. Yeah.
And of course, you're playing an important role right now in terms of you're not only empowering and really getting yourself up there. And I think it all draws back to what you say that if you're winning, you want others to win as well.
Indeed.
And of course, that's of course commendable. And of course, our viewers on the Facebook Live do agree with that as well. As we often call for that approach to to take place, because one, we're always seeing the world of work when young people enter that experience is important.
3 years experience.
How can you expect? How can you want to want young persons to be more involved in the business sector and the criteria that you're accepting doesn't allow them to get employment opportunities right there. So these are some of the services that ACE Academics offers. So what's the rating, like the feedback from persons who have acquired your services? And I'm very interested to hear this one.
I have not heard any. Trust me, the ratings have been good. I just saw Miss Pascal. I saw her commenting a few times. Her son actually benefited from our programs, and I see her under the live commented. So hi, Miss Pascal. And yes, I will think about what you told me. And I will put it into consideration. So the ratings have been really good because I always try my best to provide the best service possible. And maybe along the way, you are in business, you always meet clients that are for you and clients that are not really for you. And sometimes you have to try your best to recognize that because in truth and in fact, you're going to meet so many different clients and not everybody will be for you. And that's quite fine. You have to be able to accept things for what they are. There will be people for you, so you don't really have to think about who's not for you, But the ratings have been pretty good because we really try our best to ensure that we are providing quality service and as well at affordable prices. That is important because we're really trying to promote SDG 4, that is the Sustainable Goals, number 4, and that is quality education. Yes, so that's what we're really trying to promote here at ACE Academics.
And if one of our viewers or listeners right now saying, hey, this actually sounds like a great service that I can actually reach out for my son who is just attending primary school or struggling for a particular subject, or who'll soon be promoted to fifth form, or is soon will be undertaking KIP examinations, how can they reach out to ACE Academics for these to acquire these services?
Okay, so our phone number is 225-1128. So 225-1128. You can reach us direct, and you can also reach us on WhatsApp. We also have Facebook as well. So if you're listening right now, if you're on the Facebook Live, go on to ACE Academics, ACEACADEMIX, and you follow us, and you'll always be abreast with what we are doing, what programs that we offer and whatnot. So yes, so you can reach us on Facebook, on Instagram. We also have a YouTube channel where we post videos for CSEC, for CAPE, for grade 6 students, for primary level and high school as well. So a variety of videos is available on our YouTube channel. But the main way you can reach us, of course, is via telephone or WhatsApp. So 225-1128.
And of course, these are the ways that you can reach ACE Academics. Of course, don't sleep on yourself, as I would say. You
Don't
need
do
to
it.
reach out, get your child engaged.
Yes.
Really picture a brighter future for your child in terms of their level of understanding in the educational field. Of course, we need to get them prepared. And of course, Jemima, in terms of your second business, how have you really been integrating it towards ACE Academics right now in 2024?
Okay, so the main thing really has been marketing. So I'm seeing that multi-creation solutions is mainly marketing, graphic designing, and so on. I get the opportunity to actually be, I wouldn't necessarily want to say the face of my business, but I get the opportunity to have better marketing strategies in my business, know what people want and when they want it. Because as I said earlier, that is one of the main things in business. Because just yesterday, I was looking at an ad from Auto Trade and it was raining. And one time they decided, let's have a sale on windshield wipers, $7. I'm like, look at that. That is impressive marketing. And that's what I really try my best to do in business. Just ensure that the marketing is always on par in terms of the graphic designing. I do the graphic designing for my business. I try to ensure that my designs always reflect our brand colors, which is green and yellow. So all our flyers you will see is green and yellow. Our logo, it has a little yellow and a little gold, not really green, but it has that yellow in it. And that's an important thing as well in business. You have to have your brand color. So every time somebody see that particular color or that particular style, they know it's you, right? Because if you look at the bigger businesses like KFC, once you see red and white, you know it's KFC. Pork pies and all these different businesses, once you see something of theirs, you know it's them, right? And that's how we have to do in business. Don't ever feel like your business is too small, because you have to start small for you to get big. So even while it's small, you have to treat it like it's big, so that when it gets big, you already know how to handle it, and you already set that expectation for yourself, and your business can thrive and grow and become much, much better.
Wow, and of course, you literally just gave some free advice to our entrepreneurs out there. If you're looking to start up a business, this is the importance of marketing as an entrepreneur. But looking forward, I mean, where school will soon be closed, and of course, this is no exception. There is break, but there is no excuse so children can lag behind. September is very, very close.
And we'll actually be offering summer school.
Exactly. So, what can person expect for summer and beyond from ACE Academics?
Yes. So we usually do summer school during the months of July, August, mostly August. The first 2 years we did it virtually. That was, I'm not sure if anybody has done that before. Let's say we had 21 students in one day. We had to find space. But because most of the students, they were one-on-one, we had to find space for 21 students. And it was a little hard, I must say it was. But we still tried with it. And then after a while, I'm like, you know what? I can't a promise I made to myself is stop hiding. I'm a person, I'm not really that, although I'm very, what would I say it? Extroverted when I'm ready. My natural state is introvertedness, right? So I don't really like to be the face. I don't really like to be in front. I like to be at the back. So I'm like, you know what? Let's try physical classes. And I'm normally all my ideas and whatnot, I bring it to Chelsea Moranti. She's like the right hand in my business. I will call her name, right? And we started with that was it last year? Yes, last year we started face-to-face summer school, and that was epic. They had fun. I was not able to be there because, of course, I worked a full-time job then. So I was not able to be at the summer school, but they still send me pictures on my lunch break. I would run there. Any break that I get, I would run there. Yes, that's the things in business that people don't know about. But when you love something, you will do whatever it takes to see it. That's funny. But it's true.
Yeah.
You any break that you get is like a husband and a wife. Any break you get, he'll be on the phone calling her.
Yeah.
So that was me last summer. Any break that I got, I was heading up there for me to see what's going on.
Wow.
Yes.
And of course, this year, of course, you will
Yes.
be there in
Yes.
person. So,
Thank
of course,
God.
parents,
Yes.
guardians, you can, see Miss Mills at the summer school. And, is registration still open? And when is the deadline? Or is it
Registration
closed?
actually hasn't really opened as
Okay,
yet.
thank God.
So many parents have been asking. So registration actually goes live anytime this week. We're looking at either Thursday or Friday to have that registration link going out. Usually our summer school is two weeks, two weeks to 2.5 weeks. We think of our summer school as a Head Start program.
Mhm.
That's actually the name of our summer school because really and truly, I am a teacher. I work 8 to 1. I'm a high school teacher. And I can tell you that the curriculum cannot be covered from September to June.
That's true.
So what we do at our Head Start program, we give them a head start into the academic year. Basically, all what they will cover in September and whatnot, that's what we give them. Yes.
Wow.
So we start them off. We start off the C-Sex students. Normally, we always start off our C-Sex students early because even with the C-Sex syllabus, it's very heavy and you cannot cover all of that in September to not even June, September to April because they have mock exams, then exam in May, June. So we always start them off a little earlier. Start them off with the syllabus, get them ready, get them, in tune with what they can expect. The SBA, we give them ideas for the SBAs and whatnot because going fourth into fifth form, that's what we're, that's the transition that they're going into. So yes, so if you're listening right now and you're really looking for a really good summer school that can help your child in grade 6, not only grade 6, but we usually do from grade 2 to 6. Then in high school, we do from 1 to 5. And I will also take the students entering college as well. If they're doing CAPE, of course, and they really want a head start into their CAPE programs, then we will offer that as well.
Wow. And of course, ACE Academics has it all figured out and ready for summer school. So parents, it's summer that some of you will not be home. Unfortunately, you'll be at work and you really want your child to, be very productive. ACE Academics summer school, the Head Start program, will be on. So persons can expect the launch of registration somewhere Thursday or Friday. And that's on your social media page.
And we'll actually be offering a second program, the creative writing program, because that's one of my favorite things, creative writing. Yeah. So for summer, you can also look out for that as well.
Of course. Yeah. So you can reach out to her on your various social media platforms. Facebook at ACE Academics. That's ACEACADEMIX. Yeah, guys. So English, not Englishin right now.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so you can reach out to ACE Academics on Facebook. And of course, what are the numbers that they can reach you guys?
All right, 225-1128. This is a very easy number to remember. 225-1128. So get out the paper. Maybe just get in the paper. You just get in the pen. 225-1128.
Oh no, I bet somebody maybe just repeating them and walking to their purse looking for a pen and a paper. So yeah, the 8th program is the one to go to this summer. Get started. I mean, September, you want to feel smart, to be honest. Let's feel smart in September. Let's raise our hands and answer all these questions.
Before Miss open them up, Miss me.
Yes. And of course, you can, really keep your grades up. And your parents, of course, will be very impressed with the progress that you will make at ACE Academics. But Jemima, time flies when you're having fun.
Indeed.
And like I always say, But before you leave, I really want to, ask you to provide some words of encouragement or advice or tips to our entrepreneurs out there who may have started their business, or some who has the idea and say, hey, where do I get started? How do I get started? And I know what I want to do, but the idea isn't really, I don't know how to do it. So what are some of the advice that you'll provide to our entrepreneurs?
Okay, so first of all, you start with a little prayer. Prayer can take you further than you think. Always start with a little prayer. Secondly, knowing what you want is important, and not just knowing what you want, but knowing what customers or clients will want is a very important thing in business. You can start small. Maybe you want to go into plantain chips, you want to go into honey or whatever. Try sampling it with friends, with family, just start small, and eventually you see it grow further. Another thing, you want to make people respect you in your business. Whether it's a friend or a family, your prices should always remain the same. Not because it's your partner, you have the thing for 120, but you say, oh, I'll give it to you for 90. No. In business, sorry to say, there's no friends in business. It's something you have to be real.
Yeah.
Because if your friend really wants to see you thrive and prosper, they will pay the full price. Because guess what? When they buy in their Lacoste, when they buy in their all them brands, I don't even know their name, they pay in the full price.
Yeah, right there.
Dry cash. You have no problem. They're giving it
Yeah.
to them. So why, when it comes to your business, they're asking you for a discount, right? So in business, you have to make people respect you. And you have to ensure that your business is reputable as well. You always want to ensure that the face of your business is it's quality. Another thing, anytime you're starting a business, try to brand your business as early as possible. So you get your logo, you set up your Facebook page and whatever. So when somebody asks you, where your Facebook now, whatever, you tell them, okay, here's the name, go and follow it. What other tips? Get your business registered, of course, because when you get your business registered, you can maybe sign up for things like grants and whatnot. Also, something I'm sure my mother is listening to this right now, right? You have to be able to separate your personal finances from your business finances. That's the most important thing in business, because sometimes when you're just starting, you might be able to, you're not sure exactly what you're doing. But I will tell you this: separate your business finances from your personal finances, and you will see your way through. You also want to have a lot of records of your business finances, because we spend a lot of money in business without even realizing, and we're like, well, wait a minute, where that money gonna? So when you keep records in your business, you will actually see a way, and that can actually provide opportunities, that record keeping. Because when you sign up for things like grants, they will ask you for these things, and once you can provide it, it shows a level of trust that they can have in your business. So these are just some of the tips that came at the top of my mind.
Definitely. And of course, Miss Jemima Mills, I just want to really express a huge thank you to you for really accepting the invitation to come on here and really allow our listeners and viewers the opportunity to really hear a bit more about ACE Academics. There may be some of them listening and viewing that maybe say, hey, this is my first time hearing about ACE Academics. And of course, what you did was really allow them to understand. Of course, I also want to commend you and your team, of course, for all the work that you continue to do in terms of shaping the next generation of leaders right here in Dominica. And we wish you all the best. And of course, we're looking forward to hearing a bit more about ACE Academics and the various services that you offered. And of course, we really do want to have you back here after your summer program to really hear how it went. And really, what are the feedback from the parents and students who really took part in this year's summer program?
Yes. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here today on this program. And any person who is listening or watching, don't be afraid to start your business. Start small, and eventually you grow into something that you never imagined.
And I couldn't agree more. And of course, our listeners and viewers, this has been another episode of the Nature as Small Business Buzz program Brought to you compliments Archipelago Trading, agents of Beacon Insurance Limited. And of course, we do want to thank you for tuning in this afternoon. Of course, we're looking forward to having you guys right here with us on Thursday, same time, 4 to 5 p.m. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Living in the positive.
Nature Isle Small Business Buzz, NI.